Hello, today is 10th of June 2026, and in 6 days' time, the Sun or Surya will be going into the Sidereal Gemini. So this will be an important time for all of us because for the next 4 months, Sun is going to be very, very strong when he's traveling through. Obviously, he's really good friends with Mercury. So Mercury will be the Gemini, and then Cancer. They're obviously good friends with Cancer, own sign in Leo, and then it's going into Virgo. So really strong 4 months for all of us to utilize this energy. Sun is the soul planet for everybody. Obviously, in Gemini astrology, we use the planet, not the node, obviously, that has got the highest degree. That will be your actual soul planet. But on this, but anybody and everybody can use the Sun as their soul journey, if you like. And you can read, obviously, you can read your natal chart from your ascendant, which is your path, your moon sign, which is how it feels, and also you can use the your sun as well, because again that's important too, or also your soul planet, whatever your atmakaka is. So basically the sun is how we identify ourselves, it's our ego, it's our vitality, resilience, confidence, vigor, how you show up to the world, your life force, your willpower, how you express yourself, how authoritative you feel, how you influence people. But it's also the significator of father, and obviously it's also the most consistent actually planet. So it comes up every morning as set at in the evening. It's not like moon where it goes through all different kind of shapes and sizes, etc., and it's different every day. So it's very, very consistent. It's something to be reliable. So obviously it's a male planet as well, and so we always see that, you know, it's nice when you have a father figure who is very consistent. They're there for you. You can look up to them. They kind of want you to strive, and you know, but they're behind you. They got your back all the time. So that's a really, really nice kind of significator, if you like, for a father. And also it shows all the kind of bosses we so it doesn't just show your father, traits of your father, your own soul, but also how the bosses that you're going to attract, the people who are going to be the leaders, or the leaders that you embrace, that type or of leading, how the management skills, things like that. So it can, you know, and wherever your sun is in your chart, it's going to be, the answers to all of it is going to be the house opposite. So for example, if you are, say, Capricorn sun, which Capricorn sun can be quite egotistical, because obviously it's a sign where it's like the 10th house of the natural zodiac, so where you want to shine and be the one that people look up to. So when you have the house opposite, would be the moon, where he was saying, like, you can't just be at work all the time. You have to look after your family too. You know, you have to have a life. Otherwise, you go to your bed thinking all I did was work, work, work. So, you know, that you just got to be a balance in life. And I guess we all have to go through certain things in order to come back and realize what our values are and what we want to achieve for ourselves. Because it's all those things that we are told about life, they really, at the end of it, you know, you'd never go to bed or, you know, not I should say, you don't go to your deathbed thinking, oh, I wish I'd worked harder. You always think that I wish I'd been better in my relationships with my children, with my colleagues, you know, all that kind of stuff. Those are the things that may be more regretful than being at work striving, that kind of thing. So anyway, let's have a look at the chart, because obviously we want to make sure that we really make the most of these next 4 months, because they're just so important. Let's share the chart for this. So as you can see, the sun is going to, let me just actually, I think kind of going there. Let's go back a few hours. Yeah, let's go back. So Sun, starting there, Sun, as you know, is exalted in Aries, it owns Leo, and is debilitated in Libra. So it's obviously its own house, Leo, is a fixed sign. So it's a fixed luminary, because it's consistent, it's just the way it is. I am the boss, and what I say goes, kind of thing. But a Leo, Sun in Leo is so different to Sun in Aries. Sun in Leo is very kind of dominant without being rash. It has that air of superiority and knowing, but it's not really like the Aries one, where it could be egotistical, a little bit like, oh, I know everything, that kind of thing. And then Sun in Libra is so, it's also so beautiful, even though it's supposed to be debilitated, but it has no ego attached to it. It really is really serving others. You know, it's obviously it's a planet that doesn't want to be on the same level as everybody else, because it thinks of itself as the ruler, the leader, the king, blah blah. But a Sun, when it is, I think all the planets that are a little bit, you know, a little bit harsh, if they're just like slightly humble, they're actually better in you. So somebody who's got no ego whatsoever, they're just so nice to be around. You know, they shine within their groups, but they're not like, they don't want to push anybody down. They can be a little bit politically correct, so they can also overlook their own needs and their own aspirations in life, just so that they don't upset somebody, that's not very good. That's a lesson that they have to learn. But anyway, let's start with Sun being, so this is obviously for all of us. The way I'm doing this is like, for all of us is going to be in Gemini, but obviously if you are Gemini ascendant, or you know, Gemini ascendant, or Sun is your Atmakarka. Atmakarka obviously being the planet that's got the highest degree. So in this chart, the Atmakarka is actually Mars. We don't count the nose. It's Mars. So so for example, so you can read your chart from your ascendant, from your moon. You can from your Sun, but you can also, because Sun is everybody's soul planet. But Mars, if this was a person, this would be the planet that is this person's soul planet. You can read it from that too. Astrology is so flexible. Sometimes that's why it's hard to get things spot on, because it could mean so many different things. But anyway, so Sun is in Gemini. Sun is naturally very creative, passionate, loves romance, loves to be in a relationship. So a Sun in Leo, for example, has got to be in love, has got to have relationships, dating. You know, they just cannot be, because it's your heart, it's passion, and all those things that makes blood flow through your body. I mean, I know people are going to say it's Mars. Of course it's Mars, but Sun is that vitality, that fifth house of romance, children, creativity in the massive, you know, music, arts, all of that, and academia as well. So it's a planet of intelligence. So basically now it's sitting in what would be a house that's also creative, friendly, you know, and it's like it's you're learning, you're improving your information or data that you have. So it just likes to, you know, master things as well, because it's obviously the leader. So basically let's have a look at this for all ascendants. I'm going to start with because this has got ascendant in Libra. Let's do it for Libra. For Libra ascendants, obviously Venus and the Sun. This is going to be Moon and ascendant, by the way, in Libra. So basically, for you guys, Sun is not a friendly planet to Venus, and you know they're not friends at all. And basically what it is, Venus likes to please everything, sees beauty in everything, whereas the Sun is much more kind of like a little bit of a snob, and it's not really comfortable with sharing with everyone, because, you know, I'm the king, so that kind of thing. They just don't really get on. So this is why it's debilitated in Libra. But now Sun is going to be for you guys in your like ninth house. Ninth house is a very lucky house, opportunities, luck. Your focus is better, you could travel, that kind of things. It's knowledge. Basically what it is, your 11th house ruler of networks and groups, your elder sibling, it's gone into an house of gains, wishes and desires. Is all about learning and learning, information, technology, because there's a planet also that if Sun is strong in your chart as well, or if it is your Atmakaka, and Sun wants to learn things, you know, so it's a planet that, if it is like, for example, if you got Sun actually in that sign, you want to learn how to play something, you want to master it, you want to be good and achieve things. So during this time that you might just do that with your friends. So if you might start, for example, you might start doing hand pants, something like that, and you start doing it, and then you might join a group, and then, you know, you might perform together, that kind of thing, because actually there are some performance, theatre and cinema, all of those are things that the Sun absolutely enjoys. So these are things, knowledge, information, being around people is where you're going to shine at this point. And it is a really nice yoga for you guys as well, having your Sun, which is your 11th house ruler, in a friendly sign, 9th house, makes you just feel really great and enjoyed. It just, there's a lot of enjoyment in it, if you like. And it's also gives you some form of gains, or, you know, it's nice, because in Vedic astrology, done yoga, it is kind of comes with nice achievements that go with it. And for Scorpios, Scorpio moon or Scorpio ascendant, this is occurring in your 8th house. So it's your 10th house ruler going into your 8th house. So you're basically, your career, you are maybe researching to find a different job, or maybe you want to, you're doing some kind of research into finding other ways of actually making money at this point. But really you are getting into things that are a little bit like, you want information, you know, jobs to do with like insurances and pensions, maybe things like you know, investments like that. Those are mainly insurance actually, and all those kind of life insurance, they all come in under this, the 8th house. So, and also do psychotherapists, psychiatrists, things like that too. But generally speaking, this could be a time where you're researching, maybe your job has got, you have to gain more information, research things more during this time. And maybe also there could be a change in your job thing that you're wishing to actually have. And you know what, Sun is, if you do your research really, really well, it's going to travel through 9th and 10th house. So that by next couple of months, if you're really doing your research and background work, there's no reason why, if you want to change your job, you could easily do it, because your 8th house is also a dual house. So for you guys, it's not really that difficult to make the change. So that's a quite nice one for Scorpio ascendant. So also just being happy to change, you know, just go with the flow of that, which is a little bit difficult for the Sun, but they can do it. Excuse me one second. Okay, so let's go to the next ascendant. For Sagittarius ascendant, this is for you guys, is like your 9th house ruler has gone into the 7th house. So this is commitment of relationships, or also because Sun is not really comfortable in the 7th house. Nonetheless, this is a good sign for, this is not Libra, this is Gemini. So basically for you guys, you want to be out there with your friends, having fun things, doing fun stuff, going out for meals, going for days out, or visiting kind of stately homes, you know, that kind of thing. So you want to be out and about doing nice things and really enjoying the nice, longer, brighter days. I mean, in the UK, it's still cold and it's still wet and very, very windy, but nonetheless, still summer. The days are longer, so you want to be out, really experiencing the nicer days, longer days, etc. So you want to be seen, you want to be out there with your friends and enjoying it. And that is also a Raja Yoga for you guys. So ninth house ruler in the seventh house. Nice little bonus there for you too. But yeah, your heart is about being, it's also relationships. Obviously, seventh house is a significant other. So for those of you who are in a relationship, you really are thinking, maybe I would like to meet somebody. Those of you who are traveling, ninth house is traveling, seventh house is traveling actually as well. You could meet somebody on your travels, or you could meet somebody you know, that is like maybe friends introduce you to. But definitely you want to, if you're in a relationship, you want to make it more serious and commit to one another. Ninth house is house of commitment. And Capricorn ascendant, this for you is happening in your sixth house. So it's your eighth house ruler in the sixth house. So this gives you like a Vipat Raja Yoga, which is like a hard work and putting really effort into things to transform something in your life. And that really pays off, because you have also eighth house ruler sun is a malefic, mild malefic, all that is, and goes into a sort of a malefic house as well, which is sixth house. So sun does work really, really well in the sixth house, because it kind of allows you to manage yourself in a very have good perspective. You can be quite consistent with whatever it is that you want to achieve. So you could, it's in good condition in that house and likes to be in the sixth house. It could be quite critical of other people, particularly at work, but it's really good if you want to do any sort of DIY, learn new skills to do with DIY, sort out your car, any decoration, upgrading of gardens or your home, or if you are kind of want to start doing some form of exercise or some form of nutritional thing, you can do whatever you want to do during this time with the sun being the consistent planet and loving being in that sixth house, being especially Gemini. So it's a nice one for you guys. Aquarius ascendant, this is basically your seventh house ruler in the fifth house. This creates a Raja Yoga, which is beautiful. And well, basically it feels for it. The sun feels as though it's in Leo there, because it naturally rules the fifth house. So it's all about romance, love, dating, partying, you know, just kind of really enjoying, you know, maybe a child could be something that you and your partner want to create a baby, a beautiful soul, or you know, it could also be that you could get engaged, you could meet somebody. You could meet somebody through friends, and just being out and about more rather than staying at home. And so yeah, you're feeling much more romantic, much more like you want to be socializing with others, artistic in the sense that you wouldn't mind doing some forms of activities which are to do with, say, I don't know, learning new skills, maybe tap dancing, or I don't know, painting, creative writing. It's a very creative, very romantic time as well. And you know, you want to again be out there, if not with kind of with your other half, with your children, but you know, it could also be with your friends, or you know, going out more to do activities that are hobbies or interests as well, so you're gaining skills. Pisces ascendant, for you guys, this is happening in your fourth house. So it's sixth house ruler in the fourth house. Is your mummy unwell? Do you need to go and see your family, somebody in the family, if they're struggling? If they are unwell, maybe you could actually do the right thing and actually be there for them. Or is it because your house needs repairing, your car needs repairing? You know, some attention to that kind of thing could be good. And it's also can be things to do with, it's really can be DIY stuff quite a bit as well, because And basically, Mercury rules this sign, and it's a very hands-on planet. It's very practical. You can easily learn things. Like, for example, if there's something wrong, you can watch a video and just do it. And it's amazing, really, because basically, sixth house is house of intelligence, and Sun rules that house. So somebody can manage themselves really well, and through that, do actually service work. You could actually, with something like that, do start doing, like, I don't know, for example, you could be gardening and somebody sees you outside and they say, oh, would you do that? I would like to have somebody like you. You've done a great job. Would you like to do it for me? You know, before you know it, you have a clientele who actually, you know, you organically created that business. It's hard work, but, you know, Sun likes that, being consistent. And because of that, they get really, really good clients for life as well, because they are very consistent. Their quality of work is really good because they identify with that. You know, that is an identity they take on. So pretty good in that sense. Aries ascendant. For you guys, this is occurring in your third house. So it's your fifth house ruling the third house. It really is about, like, creativity, fun, being out and about, and being busy, doing things, having fun, enjoying your time with friends, siblings, colleagues. You know, everything. Like, you could work and just say, oh, should we go for something to eat? Shall we go to the cinema? Shall we? You know, you want to be very, very much, you know, like, out and about and just enjoying life and lots of experiences. That's really what third house is. And this is highly creative. So these sort of people can do, you know, like amateur dramatics after work one time. They could be doing karaoke. They could be like, I don't know, learn astrology or anything. It's just such a nice time to learn nice new skills for you guys. And being around friends and just having lots of fun. Taurus then, for you, this is fourth house ruler in the second house. Could it be that you're saving for a new home? Could it be that you're basically selling the second house? So it just means that your focus is about family, what you value, what your choices are, and money. So these are what you want to focus on. And I would probably say some of you could, you know, because for you guys, there is, like, you've got K2 in your fourth house. You will be moving. That is what you know, your heart's desire, or some sort of changes in your home. Obviously, be careful with your tires during this time, because K2 does like to puncture. But, you know, I just think with all of those things, you can just do, if you do kinesiology, or a new system called reset clearing, which I do that now. It's brilliant, because what you do, you can actually put your intentions out strongly and basically empower yourself. So you could get your car strong to puncturing. I mean, I'm going off tangent now, but so yeah. So basically, for you guys, it's all about getting everything, all the information together, and all the investments in order to move home. I wish you the very best luck. So let's go to Gemini. Gemini, for you guys, this is third house ruler in the first house. So you put in all of that effort into yourself, into learning, and things that will actually, in the long term, will be beneficial to you. You know, so if you learn, like, to play the piano, it's a skill that you're going to have for life. If you learn to drive, it's a skill for life. All of these things are going to be, you want to self-improve, and Gemini is such a wonderful sign for all of those things, because you can access unlimited information by just using technology, your friends, accessing information through your friends, telling your friends that maybe you want to start, I don't know, going to cooking classes or something. And all of that can just mean that your world will change, because you change the way you eat, and then you've met people there, you could just, like, do supper evenings together, you know, just how things can be like a domino can start, and how it just changes your life. We create our own lives, and you are going to put effort into learning things for yourself, or doing things for yourself, effort into self, which is so important, whether you learn things You study things, you create things. The world is your oyster. Cancer ascendant. So for you guys, Sun is in your 12th house. So this is your second house ruler in the 12th house. So you're basically wanting to spend money on things that could be to do with courses. You know, Gemini is courses, all kinds of activities that you can learn, any form of hobby that you can do with your friends, etc. All of those, going to workshops, all of those can be things that you learn. So you could be spending money on learning things, and learning things that can be a little bit more spiritual, a little bit different to everything else. So it's all about that kind of, so spending money, but you're spending the money on what really is spiritually helping you grow too, you know, that kind of thing. So it's imaginatively, this is going to be quite good as well because of the sun. But generally speaking, this is like very, very spiritual time for you guys. Maybe your whole family is going through this awakening and spiritual growth and evolvement, because after all, we're all ascending. So this could be a really nice time in that sense. Leo ascendant. So for Leo, this is first house ruler in the 11th house. So this on its own brings about a beautiful Raja Yoga of achievement, accreditations and accolades, networks, groups, etc. So this can be quite good for gains, wishes and desires. It's you know, you want to be more with your networks, your groups, that people that actually have got things in common with you. So whether or not you're all into AI or something, or you are into, I don't know. So it could be anything. I mean, Gemini is so broad. They're so brilliant. Gemini people can do anything. They are so magnificently, you know, involved with things. But yeah, very, very nice indeed. And lastly, let's go to Virgo. Virgo ascendant. For you guys, this is your first and 10th house ruler, Mercury, which is with the sun, which is your 12th house ruler. So it's all about letting go, becoming much more spiritual. So you guys, when you find like your 12th house ruler is in the 10th house, sun has got directional strength in the 10th house. So it's really, really good for your work. It's also because this 12th house ruler, it just means that you are working with more like exports and imports, maybe foreign companies, and also the sort of businesses that are a little bit maybe secret things, you know. It could also be like, I don't know, you could be part of a whole host of things that are all to do with behind the scene jobs, you know, hospitals, emergency things. They're all part of the 12th house thing. But certainly you're going to be shining at work, and you know, sun loves being in the 10th house. So it's all in all very, very good. Have a great month, guys, and I'll see you soon. Thank you very much.